ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णाय भक्ताय नमः। वन्दे ॐ श्रीगुरुवरं श्रीपादुब्रह्मं रजस्वसितं श्रीगुरुचरणं वन्दे पृष्ठाय पादुचरणोऽधिनाय श्रीकृष्णलीलाकदने समक्षं मोदये तं वरेण्यं पुरुषं तं नारायणं तं श्रीसं त्रिरङ्गिनां भक्तशिरोमणिं च श्रीकृष्णपादाब्जदैवते चैतन्यलीलां सारसारं तं सदतं पत्ते जय श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री सदश्री गौरभक्त जय रूप सनातन भक्त रघुनाथ श्री पाल भक्तदास हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम First of all, Satsanga, those feet of our spiritual masters, Fly Shri Bhaktivedanta, Nine Goswami Maharaj, Fly Shri Bhaktivedanta, Shri Goswami, Shri Dad Bhakti, So until yesterday, we heard about Udarananda Thakur's birthplace, this Adi Saptagram. Then Charu Thakur's, Sri Bhakti. So now we'll read about Raghunath Das Goswami's place, which is called Krishnapur Thakurbari. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami is one of the 6 revered Goswamis of Vrindavan. His renunciation and his love for Radha and Krishna is glorified all over the 3 worlds. So just as Srila Sanatana Goswami is known as the Sambandha Acharya and Rupa Goswami is known as the Abhideya Acharya, similarly Raghunath Das Goswami is the Prayojana Acharya. Means he has shown us how to achieve Prem Prayojana. So Prem Prayojana is the 5th objective of life. Beyond Dharma, Artha and Kam and Moksha, Prem lies there. So he was born 500 years ago here at Krishnapur, a small village situated in the Hooghly district of Bengal. So Krishnapur was one of the 7 villages constituting Adi Saptagram. So we heard yesterday that Adi Saptagram means 7 villages there. What are the 7 villages? We heard Krishnapur and 7 villages are Saptagram, Vanspati, Shivpur, Vasudevpur, Krishnapur, Nityanandapur and Sankhyanagara. So these 7 villages together are known as Saptagram. And this Krishnapur is the one where Raghunath Das Goswami was born. Shri Kavikarnapur reveals in Gaurganadash Deepika that Shri Raghunath Das Goswami was the combined incarnation of Ratimanjari, Rasmanjari and Bhanumati Devi. So you see 3 personalities are seen in Raghunath Das Goswami. Just like you see Gopal Bhatta Goswami also, he is the combined manifestation of who? Gunamanjari and Anandamanjari also. So one may think, how is this possible? One may think, how is this possible that he is the combined manifestation of 2 or 3 personalities. You see, everything is possible. Krishna, he has this agatan, gatan, patiyasi shakti. Means he can make the impossible possible and the possible impossible. His shakti is such. So therefore, 2 or 3 personalities, they reside in the same form. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he was born in the year 1494 AD. So his father was Sri Govardhan Majumdar. He was a wealthy landlord here at Krishnapur. So the title Majumdar means at that time he had so much money, he used to get so much money every year. So the members of the Majumdar family were devout Vaishnavas and they served Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in many ways. So this Govardhan Majumdar and his brother Hiranya Majumdar, they used to give taxes to the Muslim Nawab at that time. So So when they used to give taxes to the Muslim Nawab, then once Hiranya Majumdar, who is the uncle of Raghunath Das Goswami, the elder brother of his father, he didn't give like as much money as he was supposed to. So then the Muslim Nawab, he became very angry. And he said, he himself came. So then Hiranya Majumdar, he ran away somewhere. He ran away. So then only Raghunath Das Goswami, he was present in his house. So then this Muslim Nawab, he came and he said, where is your father? Where is your uncle? He just ran away. Now who is going to give taxes to me now? Where is the money that they were supposed to give me? No, so you see, Muslim things are very cruel. If you do some things like that, then they do many bad things, many atrocities. If you read like on the internet, you can see. So, but still, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was so surrendered to Radha and Krishna that all he said was that just as I see my father as my guardian, similarly I see you also as my guardian. You are also like my uncle. Why do I see you in any way, any different? Why do you feel that I am seeing you in any different way? So when the Muslim, this king, heard Raghunath Das Goswami speak these words, very endearing words. Like a small boy, when he speaks these words, then his heart melted. And he said, all right, you're like my nephew, he said. Since you address me as your uncle, then you're my nephew. He said, so I won't disturb you, or I won't disturb your family. So his heart melted. So then he said, but still, in spite of that, in spite of like your uncle not giving me any money, still next time you see him, you should tell him that even if he keeps all the money himself, at least some slight contribution he must give to the temple here. To our kingdom here. In this way. So Raghunath Das Goswami, since he was a very small boy, he had the association of so many great Vaishnavas. He had the association of Haridas Thakur, Jadunandan Acharya, Balaram Acharya, were all contemporaries of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jadunandan Acharya was the disciple of Advaita Acharya. So whatever Yadunandan Acharya had heard from Advaita Acharya, all that Harikatha, all that Kirtan that he did with him, he'd come and he'd do the same with Raghunath Das Goswami also. Because his father was very wise landlord. He would accommodate many Vaishnavas and he would feed them, he would give them clothes, he would give them whatever money they needed for their expenses, everything. But still Mahaprabhu, once he chastised Raghunath Das Goswami's father and uncle, he said they are Vaishnava Prai. So what is the meaning of Vaishnava Prai? Vaishnava Prai means externally they behave like Vaishnavas, but internally they are not yet inculcated, imbibed all these practices of Vaishnava, befitting Vaishnava. Because although they are giving so many donations, they are looking after people, they are doing everything, still inside their hearts, they still have some desire for like sansar, not giving up everything. On the other hand, Mahaprabhu used to say that Pundarik Vidyanati, he is Vishayi Prai. There's a difference here between Vaishnava Prai and Vishayi Prai. Vishayi Prai means externally he looked like a materialist, Pundarik Vidyanati, but internally he was a devotee of the highest standard. Externally he looked like a king, Pundarik Vidyanati. Even Gadadhar Pandit, he was mistaken when he first saw him. He thought, is he really what Mahaprabhu says he is? I see here that he has a golden spittoon, Diktani, in Hindi it's called. And here I'm seeing that he's very well dressed, he's like a prince, like a king. But then as soon as these verses of the Bhagavatam were spoken, then immediately he showed his personality. He started rolling on the ground, he started tearing his clothes. So he is called Vishayi Prai. And Das Goswami's father and uncle were called Vaishnava Prai. There's a difference between them. So in this way, Das Goswami, since he was a very young boy, he was always listening to so much Harikatha, so much Gaur Katha about Mahaprabhu. And if you see Das Goswami's life and Narottam Thakur's life, they're very similar, their lives. Narottam Thakur was also the son of a king. He was very wealthy. And he had his Siksha Guru there, his Brahmin called Krishnadas. So he would speak so many different pastimes of Mahaprabhu and his associates to Narottam Thakur. And Narottam Thakur would be listening. And since then, he had this greed, this longing. When can I meet Mahaprabhu? When can I see him? When can I meet his associates? When can I have that darshan? When can I do kirtan with them? So he had this longing, this thirst. Similarly, Das Goswami also, same way. We used to listen to Harikatha from Yadunandanacharya, Balaramacharya, Haridas Thakur, you can imagine, he used to come to his house. Haridas Thakur used to take him on his lap and he used to speak Harikatha to him. He was a small boy. Haridas Thakur, we know that Leela, once there was a huge debate going on in Saptagram, where some Brahmins were saying that Harinam can give moksha, liberation, and some were saying no, Harinam cannot give moksha. Rather, only by this dhyan, by meditating on this impersonal Brahman, then liberation can be had. Some Brahmins were saying. But when Haridas Thakur came, he said, what to speak of Harinam giving moksha? Even the semblance of Harinam, Namabhas can give moksha, liberation. And Harinam in itself, pure Nam Shuddhanam can give prema. And through Sri to Sri Krishna. So what are they saying? So then there was one person there, one scholar, his name was Gopal Chakravarti. So he said, what you are saying is true. That even the semblance of the chanting, the holy name can give moksha. Then my nose will fall away. And what you are saying is false, and your nose will melt. Means you get leprosy. So he was thinking, just say in Kali Yuga, even Muslims are giving him great instructions. So he was subtly chastising Haridas Thakur in this way. Then when everyone heard, they were horrified, saying, what is he saying, this man? And Haridas Thakur, he didn't say anything, he just left. He said, I cannot stay in a place where the holy name is being criticized. That the holy name is being minimized. Minimizing the glories of Harinam. How can I even stay in such a place? So he left. Therefore you see, Haridas Thakur was so humble that when he was beaten at 22 marketplaces, at that time he said that, oh, that day I heard the holy name being criticized, so I'm getting the fruit, he said. Of course, Haridas Thakur is an internal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is no consideration like this in regard to him. But still he's setting the example for us. There is someone who is criticizing the holy name, if someone is criticizing Sri Guru, the devotees, and Bhagavan, we should try silencing him. No. If we don't try silencing him, then how are we devotees in any way? No. Silencing him in the sense, not that we go fight with him, beat him, do this, that. No. Silence him by tattva, by siddhant, silence him. No. There is the strength of your sadhana. That such persons who will come, you will face in your life, inevitably. You will face all kinds of people in your life. We will face all kinds of people in our lives. But this is the strength, this is the examination for us. How much we have accepted this path of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No. This is an example. Have we taken a stand or not? In our bhajan, in our sadhana. No. Yesterday Haridas Thakur, he heard and he left. So then, Das Goswami's father, he told this person, Gopal Chakravarti, never come here. He said, no, never come here. No, you are never invited here. Because his father knew that he committed a great Vaishnava, very severe Vaishnava. So in this way, they were very devout Vaishnavas. So Balaram Acharya, he was the priest. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami, since he was a small boy, he received their association and all that mercy. So here, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami remarks in Chaitanya Charitamrita that it was as a result of his association with Haridas Thakur that Raghunath Das could meet with Lord Chaitanya. So you see here, this Chaitanya Charitamrita was written by who? Kaviraj Goswami. And he had received Siksha from Das Goswami directly himself. Why? Because whatever Kaviraj Goswami has written about Mahaprabhu's Leela, it all came from Das Goswami. Das Goswami had personally seen, witnessed all these pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And personally what he had heard from Sarup Damodar Goswami, he had written out a diary and he gave this diary to Kaviraj Goswami. So Kaviraj Goswami writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita that it was only because of his association with Haridas Thakur that he was able to get the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See here, it is mentioned. So there's so many leelas about Raghunath Das Goswami that we've been hearing over the years. You know, like how when he was doing bhajan in Radha Kund, one day it was so hot. It was so hot, he was doing bhajan right there in the hot sun. Then Radharani herself came and what was she doing? She spread her cloth, her anchal over his head, protecting him from the heat. This picture you can see all over Radha Kund. This picture of Radharani, she's holding her anchal over Das Goswami. You can see this picture everywhere it's present. This picture. Radharani herself is coming, protecting her maidservant from the heat. And we see that other Leela also, how that Rasa Goswami once was so absorbed in chanting that two tigers, they were drinking water from the banks of Radhakund. And Krishna himself appeared with a stick to protect him from the tigers who had gathered there for drinking water. Of course, these tigers wouldn't have done anything to him anyway. Because you see, the prem that is inherently present within a pure devotee, the waves of those prem, the waves of that prem, they're bound to touch the hearts of every living entity. Not just human beings, every living entity. Those waves of prem are bound to touch them. Like we heard the other day, the Katha. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he was being carried by his sevak, Bihari Das. Bihari Das was carrying him on his basket. And he saw a tiger coming. And Bihari Das was thinking, I'll just leave Jagannath Das Babaji and he will run away. So he thought the tiger attacks me. And then Babaji Maharaj, he sensed this doubt in his heart, this fear. He said, why are you scared? Mahaprabhu, just see, when he was passing through Jharkhand, he delivered all these tigers, all these animals. You don't have faith in Mahaprabhu. Let this tiger come. And Bihari Das was shaking. What is Maharaj saying? And anyhow, the tiger came. And then Babaji Maharaj's legs, they were like outside the basket. They were sticking out of the basket. And the tiger came and like offered pranams to his legs and went away. So you see that prem is bound to touch the hearts of every living entity. So these two tigers that were drinking water from Radhakund, they wouldn't have done anything to Das Goswami. But still, Krishna appeared there with the stick. Why? Because Sanatana Goswami, he was at a distance, seeing. So he was worried something might happen to Das Goswami. So Krishna, to reassure him that don't worry, everything will be all right. To reassure him, he came there with the stick in hand, protected from these two tigers. So then Sanatana Goswami, he himself built a bhajan for Das Goswami, saying, you should stay here. But why did he come to Radhakund? Because Mahaprabhu himself inspired him from within his heart. Because when he was in Jagannath Puri, he was under the care of Sarup Damodar Goswami. He was called Sarupera Raghu. Mahaprabhu placed him in his hands. But then, when Sarup Damodar Goswami left, Mahaprabhu left, Gadadhar Pandit left, then he could no longer tolerate staying there. So then he came here to Vrindavan, and he was staying there. So from his very childhood, he was not attached to wealth, to family life. So Gurudev says, if you want to be an ideal sadhak, you must follow in the footsteps of Das Goswami. If you want to be an ideal sadhak, he has shown by his very life how to be an ideal sadhak. If we can imbibe even a small speck of his teachings, of his practices, a small iota, maybe the smallest part of his sadhana bhajan, then our lives will be successful. We can imbibe Das Goswami's life. He has shown how to please Radha and Krishna, how Radha and Krishna themselves please so much please sadhana. When he was just 15 years old, he obtained darshan of Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu came to Shantipur. So we know that when Mahaprabhu he was going to Vrindavan, then Nityananda Prabhu, what did he do? He told some cowherd boys that if you see some sannyasi coming this way, and you tell him that this is Vrindavan and this is the Yamuna. So when Mahaprabhu was going, then he saw one river. Then he asked these cowherd boys, is this Yamuna? Is this Vrindavan? And he said, yes. This is Vrindavan, this is Yamuna. And Mahaprabhu became so happy. Then he saw Advaita coming on a boat. It was like a new piece of cloth for Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu looked at Advaita and he said, Advaita, what are you doing here in Vrindavan? Then Advaita said, any place that you are in, that place is Vrindavan. And he said, is this the Yamuna? He said, yes, this is the Yamuna. Why? Because we see that when the Ganga flows in Navadvip, it flows along with the Yamuna. Because the Ganga meets the Yamuna in Prayag, and from Prayag she flows together as one river. So the eastern bank of the river is Ganga, the eastern side, and the western side is the Yamuna. So he said, this is the Yamuna, we are not lying. So then Mahaprabhu was taken there to Shantipur. So there Das Goswami, he came to see Mahaprabhu. He wanted to leave home so many times, but his father had chained him. Chained him in the sense literally. He kept guards around him. He made sure he wouldn't leave home. His father was thinking, my boy, what is happening to him? He's like losing his mind. So then Das Goswami, when he came there, then Mahaprabhu, he said, Sthire hao, now batul. Krame Payalo, Antare Krishna, Lokavai Vyavahar, Achirena Krishna Tamai, Koride Uddha. He said, don't be restless, be at home, be renounced. Externally you can behave as an ordinary person, but internally be renounced. Markat Vairagya na kore lokalekaya, yatha yogya vishay punja, anasaktam. Don't show monkey like renunciation, be unattached to the things around you. So this is very important. Gurudev would say this is the qualification to leave home, especially. Because if one is not so fixed in his understanding, then even if he leaves home, even if he comes to the temple, then he'll say that he is not yet so mature, he'll feel that way, then he'll go back home. And then when you go back home, his faith will also be very much shook. You'll be thinking, oh, I came there to the temple in the first place. Now again I'm back here. So why should I go back again? So one must be very, at least have some sense of some strong faith. I'm leaving now to enter this path of sadhana, Raja, and this is the path that I will accept for the rest of my life. I'll never give up this path, no matter what happens. Gurudev would say, even if the entire world is against you, even if all the people of this world are against you, and you are only on one side, you are the only one person facing the entire world. And the entire world is saying, don't do sadhana bhajan. Still, you should stand up. And you should say, this is my stand. I will not move 1 inch away from my position of engaging in service to Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. Only if you have such nishtha, then you can hope to progress in sadhana bhajan. Or else this time, for each and every one of us, is very crucial time. We can fall away from this path also. So we must try to have this nishtha. As Goswami is shown. So this is Bhajan Kuti. See, such a beautiful deity. You can see As Goswami is here. And he's chanting inside the Bhajan Kuti. So in this way, As Goswami would often run away from his home so that he could go to Jagannath Puri and take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. But his parents would somehow find him and bring him back to his home forcibly. These things gradually became so worse that Das Goswami was always watched upon by his father's guards in order to keep him away from running. So in this way, after 4 years, Mahaprabhu and Raghunath Das Goswami met once more. This was when Mahaprabhu came to Shantipur. And then, as we know, Das Goswami, he eventually met Nityananda Prabhu at Panihati. And then he came to Jagannath Puri. When he came to Jagannath Puri, then Mahaprabhu, he said, you were in that ditch of worldly life. And now that you've come out, I'm very happy, he said. Now that you've left home and you come here, I'm very happy. Now you do bhajan. Then Das Goswami, he started doing bhajan in his renunciation. How he was so dear to Mahaprabhu. So these are the Radha Krishna deities that Das Goswami used to worship. Here you can see his picture. See, it's so beautiful. From his very childhood, he was worshipping these deities. This is the quality of these great Mahabhagavad Vaishnavas. From the very day they're born, they're always absorbed in service to Radha and Krishna. They're not like the other children. So then here it says how Das Goswami, he escapes from home. It's mentioned here. So here they quoted all these purports of Swami Maharaj's Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he's saying how he reached Puri, how he completed his journey from his house to Jagannath Puri in only 12 days. It is said that journey would take more than 2 months. Because how far is Jagannath Puri from Bengal? Maybe 800 kilometers. So that journey he only covered in 12 days. Because he was so eager to meet Mahaprabhu. He wasn't even going through the main road. He was going through the forest. He was going through the forest and he was always thinking, Mahaprabhu, so anxious, when can I meet him? He wouldn't even stop on the way, he wouldn't eat anything, drink anything. He was just walking, running through the forest. In 12 days he completed that journey of his. This way, Raghunath Das Goswami, when he came to Radhakund, he would bathe twice at Radhakund. 3 times a day he bathed in Radhakund. And before he would bathe in Radhakund, he would actually take water from this well. Like when you're doing parikrama of Radhakund, if you go all the way like this way, you come near There's Gop Kuwa, there's one Gopi Kuwa there. There's an old well there. So first he would take water from that well, he would bathe with that water, and then he would go bathe in Radhakund. It's not that he just go like bathe directly in Radhakund. Once when he was bathing from this well, he found a Giriraj Shila there. It's called Giriraj Jiva, the tongue of Giriraj. He found this very beautiful Shila there. And he established that Shila is right like behind his Bhajan Kutir. Even if you go now, if you come on the Parikrama Marg, if you take a right, then there's the Bhajan Kutir of Kaviraj Goswami, Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. And then if you take a left towards the Govindadev temple, and there's one small way. If you go behind there, you'll see a Giriraj Shila. This Shila was established by Das Goswami himself. He found the Shila in his Gopi Kuwa. When he was bathing there he found the Shila there. So when they say he is this Kirtan that Gaur Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj has written, this Matha Ego Prema Mai Radhe Radhe. What is this Kirtan about? This Kirtan is basically, it speaks about the Bhajan Pranali of Srila Das Goswami. How he would be rolling in the dust, calling out Shrimati Radharani's names. So in this way, you can go to this place which is near Adi Saptagram. So the next place is Sri Radha Vallabhji Temple in Sri Rampur. So this deity was established by Nityananda Prabhu's son, Bir Chandra Prabhu. So this is the deity. You see here, you can see. He established these deities like Radha Vallabh, Radha Shamsundar, Radha Nanda Dulal, all these deities, these are deities. Like we know that Leela, that same stone that was used to kill the children of Devaki, from that very stone these deities manifested. So then, the next place after this is Sri Rampur, we've given a history here. The next place is Kashishwar Peeth near Sri Rampur. So Kashishwar Pandit was a disciple of Sri Ishwar Puri, the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Ishwar Puri in his last days instructed his disciples Kashishwar Pandit and Govinda Prabhu to render personal service to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which they accepted with their heart and soul. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he honored Kashishwar and Govinda as his godbrothers. He respected them as his godbrothers. And hence he was reluctant to allow them to serve him. So you see, this is Mahaprabhu. See how he's showing etiquette. No. When his godbrothers came to serve him, he was thinking, how can I let you serve me? You are like as worshipable to me as my own spiritual master, as my own Guru Maharaj. And then how can I accept your services? No, I cannot do this. But still they said, this is the order of our Guru, Ishwar Puri, that we serve you. No. So then Mahaprabhu anyhow he accepted their services. No. This is the respect Bigadi had. No, you'd say Guru Sevakoi, Manya Mar. Both of you are Guru Sevaks, you are the object of my respect. How can I engage you in my seva? They said no. Rather, if you feel that we are engaging in your seva, this is discomforting you, then we wouldn't say that we are serving you. We would say that we are assisting you. Then Mahaprabhu anyhow he said, okay, you can come and assist me. So in Puri, Govinda Prabhu, he took the role of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal sevak. When Kashishwar Pandit, being a very strong man, he protected Mahaprabhu from the crowds while he visited the temple of Lord Jagannath. So we know that every day in the morning, Mahaprabhu would go to Jagannath Puri temple for Mangalarti. Every day he'd come. Every day he'd go there for Mangalarti. And then the rest of the day he'd clean the Gambhira. He wouldn't come out. He'd only come out during this Rath Yatra time. He'd be dancing in front of Jagannath. But the rest of the year he'd only be in the Gambhira. He'd only come in the morning to this Jagannath temple to have darshan of Mangalarti. And then he'd come to Tota Gopinath in the afternoon to listen to Gadadhar Pandit speak the Bhagavatam. And then he'd just be in the Gambhira the whole day, whole night, absorbed in these bhavas, Srimati Radhika. So Kashishwar Pandit, whenever Mahaprabhu would come, now so many people would gather around him, trying to take the dust of his feet. Like we see, even like we've seen, even during Gurudev's time also, when Gurudev, he'd get down from the car, and when he'd go towards the temple, so many people would gather around him, waiting. I remember in 2010, when Gurudev was coming from Bengal, from Canning, he was in this place Canning, where Tapasvi Maharaj, he has a temple there. So when he's coming back from there, so many of us were waiting for him in this Keshavji Gaudiya in Navadvip. Like hundreds of us, 400, 500 people, they were waiting near the gate. When will Gurudev come? When will Gurudev come? This was like Gurudev's last parikram in 2010, Navadvip Dham. So then when the car came, then immediately 400, 500 people, they started doing kirtan, ecstatic kirtan, playing on the mridangars, jumping up and down. Then as soon as Gurudev came out, stepped out of the car, then everyone surrounded him. Everyone were trying to touch his feet, they wouldn't let him walk. Then some brahmacharis came, some devotees came, and they started forming like a circle around Gurudev. And then they were like protecting him from the crowds. And then gradually Gurudev was coming, And like he entered into the temple, there he was giving darshan. So you can see. And Mahaprabhu we see, when he was dancing, you could have imagined. Like lakhs of people are there in the Jagannath Puri. They're all coming and trying to touch his feet. And Kashishwar Pandit, he would protect Mahaprabhu in this way. So, Anga Seva Govinde Dile Nishwar, Jagannath Dekite Chale Nari Kashishwar. So here you see, Kaviraj Goswami is saying that he will always protect Mahaprabhu. So Srila Sai Maharaj mentions in his Chaitanya Charitamrita commentary that among the most prominent devotees of Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri, Kashishwar and Govinda, with the 18th and 19th branches of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire tree and devotional service. According to Gaur Ganadesh Deepika, the servants of Krishna and Golok Vrindavan, Bringar and Bangur, they have appeared as Kashishwar Pandit and Govinda Prabhu. So they are like the servants in Dasaras. They appear to assist Mahaprabhu in Gaur Leela. So we see that even though we see Govinda Prabhu was always with Mahaprabhu in the Gambhira. And he'd be thinking that why does Mahaprabhu keep weeping the whole day in the Gambhira? You see, whenever Swarup Damodar Prabhu and Raya Ramananda Prabhu come inside, they make Mahaprabhu cry so much. In their association, he's only crying and crying. So Govinda Prabhu, he couldn't tolerate this. So one day he told Swarup Damodar and Raya Ramananda that for some time both of you should maintain some distance from Mahaprabhu. Because whenever you come, he's always weeping the whole day, whole night. So then Mahaprabhu asked Govinda, where are the two? Where is Swarup Damodar? Where is Raya Ramananda? Why haven't they come to see me today? So Govinda said, whenever they come to see you, you're only weeping, you're not eating anything, you're not drinking anything. So therefore I told them maybe they can give you some rest. Mahaprabhu said, alright. If you told them this, then I'll not eat anything now. I'll not drink a single drop of water. Don't want to take anything from you. And Govinda said, what have I done? Then immediately fell at the feet of Swarup Damodar Raya. Both of you kindly come inside and be there. So, but still Govinda, his position was so exalted. In one way, Swarup Damodar and Raya Ramananda, before they would enter inside the Gambhira, they would always ask him for his permission, saying, can we enter inside? And we see Mahaprabhu, he would not give his remnants to anyone besides 2 or 3 personalities. Who were they? Govinda Prabhu, Das Goswami and Haridas Thakur. Only to these 3 personalities Mahaprabhu would give his remnants, and to no one else he'd give. Because when Das Goswami was eating even this Mahaprasad, that even the cows would not eat, that he would wash with water and add salt. Then Mahaprabhu was thinking that he told Govinda, from now always give my remnants. You see, this Jagannath Mahaprasad that I have, divided into 4 parts. And this Mahaprasad that Mahaprabhu had was very little. You don't eat like this much. And even out of that, Mahaprabhu would take 1/4. And he would say the remaining 3 parts, you honor that yourself, you give to Haridas Thakur, and you give to Raghunath. You give to these 3. And then the little Mahaprabhu would take in this way. So, Kashishwar Pandit, before he went to Jagannath Puri, he stayed and served his deities here at Chhatra, in Sri Rampur. He was a Brahmin, and his last name was Chaudhary, in this way. So, today the place where he stayed and served is renowned as Kashishwar Peeth. This is an extremely old place, dating back to more than 500 years, 600 years, in this way. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had visited this place and met Kashishwar Pandit while he was on his way to Jagannath Puri. So Mahaprabhu had also met him before he went to Jagannath Puri. So then when Kashishwar was staying here, then Mahaprabhu sent him to Vrindavan. And he gave him his own deity, his Gaur Govinda. So this is the house of Kashishwar Pandit. You can see here. This is called Kashishwar Peeth. This place is such an old temple. See, they're still preserved. More than 500, 600 years ago, they're still preserved this place. So the next place after Kashishwar Pandit is. So see here, he is also worshipping Gaur Vishnu Priya. These are his deities. Gaur Vishnu Priya Devi. Kashishwar Pandit's deities are right here. Because he was always absorbed in Mahaprabhu's love deep Leela. So he was always worshipping Vishnu Priya Devi. So apart from Gaur Vishnu Priya, the Gauranga here manifests a very rare form. We see Mahaprabhu holding a flute. So here, Mahaprabhu is holding a flute while Vishnu Priya Devi serves him, it says here. Because in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is said that sometimes Mahaprabhu will also become absorbed in the mood of Krishna. He will be known as Vamsidhari Krishna. Like if you go to the Radha Gopinath temple, like as soon as you enter inside the Radha Gopinath temple, then before you go to the temple which is inside the courtyard, then the first temple you come across, which is on the left. There if you see Mahaprabhu is also playing flute there. He's called Vamsidhari Mahaprabhu. If you see, if you go to Gopinath, as soon as you enter, you can see on the left side, there's Vamsidhari Mahaprabhu. And then, after having had darshan of Mahaprabhu there, then you go and have darshan of Radha Gopinath. So this Leela, I was thinking that Mahaprabhu playing the flute, like, normally we think, oh maybe it's a Rasabhas. Because normally we see that we're not supposed to put peacock feather on Mahaprabhu. So I was thinking, like, where is this Leela being described? Mahaprabhu playing the flute. Then I came across these 1,000 names of Mahaprabhu written by, I think, Narari Sarkar. There also, he also describes that Mahaprabhu was playing flute this way. I was thinking, where is this pastime being described? Then I saw in Chaitanya Bhagavat. There Vrindavandas Thakur, he has stated that in one Leela, Mahaprabhu also started playing on his flute like Krishna. When the Sat-Prahariya Bhav. And for 21 hours he was exhibiting his unlimited opulences as the origin of all incarnations and expansions, and he also showed his form as Sri Krishna to all the devotees. So apart from Sri Gaur Vishnu Priya, there is also a Radha Krishna deity which is being served. There is also another old deity of Krishna which is kept along with these deities. So this old Krishna deity was personally served by Kashishwar Pandit himself. After he had passed away, the temple used to carry this deity to the house of different devotees and offer him bhoga. So on one such occasion, the deity fell from the priest's hands. And unfortunately, his leg was a little damaged. So after this incident, the temple authorities decided to immerse the deity into the Ganga. But then they said, alright, no need to immerse the deity in the Ganga. Now we'll just worship him along with the other deities. So normally there's this vidhi, there's a regulation in the scriptures, and the deity has been like damaged in any way, then you replace the deity. This is being described in the scriptures. But once they asked a question to Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. They asked him that, Maharaj, normally if a deity like is damaged, what should we do? Should we just like immerse the deity in the Ganga, or should we continue worshipping? Then Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he told this person that let's say in your family, your mother, your father, someone breaks their leg, then what will you do? Will you throw them inside the river? Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he said, no. He said, no, you don't do that. You will and you cure them, you will treat them for their injuries. Similarly, he said, even if the deity gets damaged, still you must continue worship to the deity, he said. But still in other places we see, the Vaishnavas also say that if the deity gets damaged, you must replace the deity with another deity. Or as they say, it is like very inauspicious. But we should try to reconcile. Here, Vaman Goswami is also saying that you must anyhow continue your services. So in this way, then they describe how Kashishwar Pandit, he was sent by Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan to assist Rupa Goswami in serving these deities. So Rupa Goswami, how did he manifest this Govindadev? It is said that every day he do Panchakoshi Vrindavan Parikrama. So one day when he was doing Vrindavan Parikrama, one Brahmin boy, he appeared in front of Rupa Goswami. And he said, oh Baba, can you kindly remove this deity of Krishna which has been covered since so many years now? So then Rupa Goswami was looking at this Brahmin boy and he was saying, what deity? Then this Brahmin boy, he took Rupa Goswami and he showed him this place called Gom Tila. Tila means like a small hill. So then he said, the deity of Krishna is right here in this Gom Tila. Even though if you go to the Govindadev temple, you see it's very steep. You'll have to walk like this. Why? It's a Tila there. Like Kan's Tila. A small hill. So then, this boy, he said, every day when Surabhi cow comes, and there's a huge piece of, like a huge, what do you call it? Like a mold. Like there's a mold of earth. So every day a Surabhi cow comes and bathes this place with her milk. So if you gently dig around this place, then you'll find the deity of Krishna. So then Rupa Goswami, then he went and the next morning he saw that one Surabhi cow, means one cow from heaven was coming and bathing this place with her milk. This like mound of earth. Mound means like an ankle. It's like this. So every day one cow would come and bathe this place with her milk. So then Rupa Goswami took some Brajavasis and they gently dug around that place. There they found the deity of Govindadev. So then Rupa Goswami, he told Mahaprabhu that he sent a message that I found this deity in Govindadev. That was established by Vachanath himself, the great grandson of Krishna. And Mahaprabhu was so happy. He said, yes, this is why I sent you to Vrindavan. To manifest these Leela Sthalis, these lost deities of Krishna. Now I am sending someone to assist you. Then he sent Kashishwar Pandit there also. So then Kashishwar was thinking, how can I bear this separation from you, from your personal association? Then Mahaprabhu gave him a beautiful deity of himself that resembled him exactly and explained how the deity was non-different from him. So then on arriving in Vrindavan, Kashishwar Pandit placed this deity of Lord Chaitanya on the right side of Govindadev and dedicated the rest of his life in serving them. This was the first deity of Lord Chaitanya that had arrived in Vrindavan. So you see here, this was the very first deity that Mahaprabhu himself sent to Vrindavan. All this was possible due to the intense love that Kashishwar Pandit possessed for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here also you can have darshan of these deities that he himself used to worship. Here you see in this place here. So the next place is called Kanukul Krishnanagar. So this place belongs to Abhiram Thakur. This is his Sri part. So Abhiram Thakur, he was the incarnation of the cowherd boy Sridham. So who is Sridham? He is the elder brother of Srimati Radhika. No. And Srimati Radhika is in Jawar. And Sridham wants to bring Srimati Radhika to Barsana during this time of Julan Yatra. And Sridham, he takes so many gifts to give to Jatila. And he gives all these gifts to Jatila and he brings Radharani to Barsana. And Radharani is weeping. My brother, my dear elder brother, why did you take so much time? Why were you late in bringing me home? I'm missing my parents. I'm missing this Barsana so much. So anyhow, Sridham, he brings his younger sister back. Therefore, Krishna, he has a very respectful attitude towards Sridham. With the other Sakhas, he will give his own remnants, he will do this, that. But with Sridham, he maintains like a lot of respect because he knows that he is the elder brother of my beloved. So he cannot even behave freely with Sridham. So then, here it says that he is the incarnation of this cowherd boy, Sridham. So then, when Krishna appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Balram appeared as Nityananda, at that time, the Sridham appeared as Abhiram Thakur. So you see, these are the deities that Abhiram Thakur used to worship. See here, this is the Gopinath deity that he used to worship. The Gopinath deity is in the middle, and Gaur and Nitai, they are on the right and left. See, Gaur is on the right, and Nitai is on the left, and Gopinath is in the middle. These are the same deities that he worshipped. Here, if you can see. Lord Gauranga once revealed to Nityananda that in Dwapar Yuga, when Krishna was playing hide and seek with his friends, Sridham had hid himself inside a cave to avoid being seen. In due course of time, Lord Krishna had left Vrindavan for Mathura. Then he had become the king of the Jadus. So thousands of years had passed, but unfortunately Sridham was still lying hidden within that cave in Vrindavan. Because once Krishna and Balaram and all the sakhas are playing like this lukachipi, means hide and seek. So when they're playing hide and seek, then Sridham, he went and hid inside a cave. So then when he was hiding inside that cave, here it says, according to this place, that Krishna he left to Mathura and Dwaraka. And Sridham didn't even know. Because he was so much absorbed in playing Krishna, he didn't even know. So thousands of years had passed, it says here. So then it is said that when Mahaprabhu, when he came there to this place, then he started calling out to Sridham again and again. Then calling out to Sridham again and again, Mahaprabhu fell upon the ground unconscious. So in order to bring Sridham to Nadia, Lord Nitai had arrived at Vrindavan. Reaching Govardhan, he started calling out to Sridham. Hearing his name being called out, Sridham came out of this cave and saw the beautiful form of Lord Nitai, who was dressed in blue. Therefore, if you go to Bandirvan, this place, there you can see the deity of Sridham at Vamsivaka. No. If you go near Shantalaya, there is Vamsivaka. If you go to Vamsivaka, there you can see the deity of Sridham along with Krishna and Balaram. Because Sridham was hiding there. This entire place, Bandirvan, Madhvan, and Bilvavan, Bhadravan, this place is like for the sakhas. This entire place. When Krishna left to Mathura and Dwaraka, the sakhas, they were staying at Madhvan. And Sridham, he was hiding there. Therefore, even now you can see that place, his deity there. So when Nityananda came to Vrindavan, then he started calling out to Sridham, where are you, where are you? So then, Sridham, he could not recognize Nityananda. Then Nityananda said, I am none other than your dear friend, Balaram. So then Sridham, he said, are you really Balaram? Then he said, alright, we will play a game in which I will clap my hands and I will run. And if you are really Balaram, if I am running, then you can also catch up with me then. So then Sridham was thinking, only Baladev can run as fast as I can. So no one else can run as fast as I can. Only Baladev. So if I am running really fast, and this person Nityananda, he catches up with me and he runs alongside me, then I believe that he is Baladev himself. Or else no one can catch up with me. So then, saying this, Sridham, he ran around Govardhan 4 times. You can imagine. Normally to do 21 kilometer parikrama of Govardhan takes like 5.5 hours. So he did the entire Govardhan parikrama 4 times, but running very quickly. So looking back, he saw Nityananda Prabhu also standing beside him. Then Sridham was thinking, what is this? I am running and I am finishing the parikrama 4 times and I am seeing that Nityananda is also behind me, running behind me. So then he said, oh, this Nityananda Prabhu is indeed Baladev himself. So then they embraced each other. And then Nityananda Prabhu, he told Sridham that now Mahaprabhu has appeared. Krishna has appeared as who? As Mahaprabhu in this place. So the devotees here, they speak of this history in Kanapur Krishna. So then, initially Sridham was reluctant to come to Navadvip, thinking that he would have to take a new birth again. So then Nityananda Prabhu said that don't worry. You would not have to take up a new body and you could still participate in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's leelas. Thus the two friends then happily set out from Vrindavan to meet Mahaprabhu. Therefore Abhiram Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, they had such intimacy between them. Whenever Nityananda Prabhu would have any new child born, then immediately he invite Abhiram Thakur to his house. So here, this is the temple. The Sridham, that the deities of Abhiram Thakur are being worshipped. Here we can see here. Right here, there is a temple where his deities are being worshipped. Here you can have darshan. When Sridham met Lord Chaitanya, tears filled his eyes. He was overcome with ecstatic emotions. Lord Chaitanya was also overwhelmed, uniting with his friend after so long. The two embraced each other and contemplated on their sweet pastimes of Vrindavan. Sridham's body was huge and his stature was too tall for a person of Kali Yuga. Hence, Nitai and Gaur, they sat on Sridham's shoulders as if to swing and play like they did before as cowherd boys. As soon as they sat on him, Sridham's height got reduced and then he resembled a normal person of his age. So Sridham was very tall, he was very huge, he was from Draupar Yuga. So then Gaur and Nitya were thinking, what will people think? So they sat on his shoulders and immediately he became normal. Then Lord Gauranga and Nityananda then proclaimed, from then onwards, Sridham shall be known as Abhiram Thakur. Then he said, from now, since you become normal, like the people of Kali Yuga, now you will be known as Abhiram Gopal. Abhiram Thakur. The word Abhiram translates to no difference with Ram. Lord Nitai revealed that in the future, people who will realize that there is no difference between him and Abhiram Thakur. It means we are so much one in heart. Nityananda is saying, our hearts are so much one, we are like one soul in two bodies. Nityananda said. So Abhiram Thakur was the most prominent of the 12 cowherd boys who assisted Nityananda Prabhu in manifesting his magnanimous pastimes. Who were the other cowherd boys? They were Gauridas Pandit, who is Subal Saka, Uddharandak Thakur, then Kamalakar Pipalai, Mahesh Pandit, Dhananjay Pandit, Purushottam Thakur, Purushottam Nagar, Kalia Krishnadas. All of them were the other 12 cowherd boys. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, it is said, Nityananda taki tabe bhavena hasiya, aji haite takasabe abhiram hai. Ei naam rakilam kariya nishoy, Sridham amoy kabu bhinna vedanoi. Abhiram Chaitanya ebe ek sharira, paschate janibutaha chei bhakta dhira. It is stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila that when Nityananda Prabhu was ordered by Mahaprabhu to preach in Bengal, Abhiram Thakur was also sent along with him. Thus, Abhiram Thakur is counted among the associates of both Sri Chaitanya as well as Sri Nityananda. Abhiram Thakur was one of the chief branches of Lord Chaitanya's desire tree of devotional service. No, so we know that Leela, Abhiram Thakur, he had this whip called Jai Mangal. Anyone who would use that whip, that person would get prema. Once Srinivas Acharya, he came to see Abhiram Thakur. And Abhiram Thakur, he started like whipping him with this Jai Mangal. And then Srinivas Acharya was ecstatic. But then Abhiram Thakur's wife, Malini Devi, she said, oh, he's just a small boy, be merciful to him. So in this way they would say that Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he was a manifestation of Abhiram Thakur. Let's say that. Even Gurudev said that. Because Gaur Govinda Maharaj, we knew he also had this stick and sometimes beat his disciples with the sticks. It's very like so it said he was like a manifestation of Abhiram Thakur. He explored during Harikatha, chastising his disciples so much. So once one disciple of Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he asked Gurudev one question. He said, like Maharaj, we always think that our spiritual master is not different from Sridham. So can we think that the elder brother of Srimati Radhika has appeared as our spiritual master? They asked this question to Gurudev. No, because our Gurudev is like Abhiram, Sridham. So maybe the elder brother of Srimati Radhika has appeared as Gaur Govinda Maharaj. They asked Gurudev this question. And they said, there's no harm if a disciple thinks this way. But he must not try forcing others also to think this way. There's no harm if you think that the elder brother Srimati Radhika has appeared as your spiritual master. He said, there's no harm. But don't force others also to think this way. Gurudev said. So then Gurudev said something like Gaur Govinda Maharaj is a manifestation of Abhiram Thakur. He said something like that. He said. So Srimati Malini Devi, the wife of Abhiram Thakur, was an expansion of his potency. She appeared to assist Abhiram Thakur manifest his sweet pastimes. Her appearance and activities are very unique, and hearing about them can give prema, even within the heart of an atheist. By the will of Abhiram, a little baby girl once appeared in Vrindavan, and she was in an iron box. And she came floating through Yamuna all the way to present day Kanukul Krishnanagar. So then there was one small baby. She was inside an iron box. So someone had placed this baby in the Yamuna. And this box came floating all the way from Yamuna to Bengal, Kanukul Krishnanagar. And then when this box was floating along the Yamuna, then as this box was floating, all the plants that had died there on the shores of this place, they all came back to life. So imagine all these plants had withered away. They had dried completely. There was no life inside them. But as soon as this box, having this little girl, was passing through the river, then all the plants, they started like getting life again. The entire place became so lush and green again. So being amazed, the local gardener, he opened the box. And there he saw the divine form of Malini Devi in this box. And she was like sleeping. So then one gardener, he took this box and he opened it, there he saw the small baby girl. Like even in the Sri Vaishnavas, they have this, they worship Goda Devi. Goda Devi, how was she born? She was found among some tulsi plants. And there, this Peri Alvar, he found Goda Devi. And then he saw that she is no ordinary girl. Similarly, here also Malini Devi, she was found in this box. She was resting in that box. The entire garden by the shore was now in full bloom. So all the flowers were blooming, the trees were full of fruits, the creepers were full of honey. All the dead and decaying plants had received a new life. Other gardeners rushed to the spot, and on obtaining darshan of the divine baby girl, they paid her their humble obeisances. Srimati Malini Devi blessed them and expressed her desire to be sumptuously fed, since she had been fasting inside the box for many days. She revealed to them that her name was Malini, and that she had appeared in order to assist Abhiram Thakur in his pastimes. So then the villagers considered themselves exceedingly fortunate to have received her blessings and the service of such a divine personality. So there we see. So this is the deity of Malini Devi here. You can see here. Small deity of Malini Devi also. You can see here. So Malini Devi herself appeared. So then, in those days, Kanakur was known by the name Kazipur. It so happened that the local Kazi, who had authority over this place, he came to know that the villagers had received some valuable treasure in an iron box. He sent soldiers to arrest those gardeners who had this box. On being arrested, the gardeners revealed the entire story to the Kazi and informed him how the treasure was not some like gold or silver that you think, but instead a divine personality. So this Muslim person, this Kazi, he was thinking, who is that girl? She is no ordinary. What is inside that box? So he arrested all those gardeners and he said, don't think there's some gold or silver inside. Rather, there was a very beautiful girl inside. Small girl. So then, understanding the significance of Malini Devi's sacred appearance, the Kazi felt ashamed of his misdeed and immediately released them. He expressed his desire to bring Malini Devi to his home and worship her. The Kazi was a Muslim, but he agreed to serve Malini Devi with all the paraphernalia required to worship a Hindu goddess. So then this Kazi also came to his senses. He said, this is no ordinary girl. She must be a goddess herself. It is because he had realized that she was none other than the potency of Bhagwan himself. So then, on Malini Devi's wish, Kazipur came to be known as Kanakur, Krishnanagar. Since then, she requested this person, change the name of this place. So Abhiram Thakur soon met with Malini Devi, and after getting married, they started staying here at Kanakur, Krishnanagar. Abhiram Thakur was a very powerful personality, and atheists used to see him and run away. It is said that if Abhiram Thakur bowed down to any person who was not the Lord or empowered by the Lord, then that person would die immediately. No. We know this Leela. Similarly, if he bowed down before any stone that was not a Saligram Shila, then that stone would immediately crack. Shri Nityananda Prabhu's 7 sons had died because Abhiram Thakur had paid them his obeisances. Finally, Ganga Devi and Veer Chandra Prabhu, the son of Nityananda Prabhu, were born, and they were unharmed even after Abhiram had bowed down before them. Understanding that they were divine personalities, Abhiram Thakur, he became overwhelmed with ecstasy. So being an expansion of the Lord himself, Raghunandan Thakur once, you see Raghunandan was in Srikant and he was the son of Mukunda. So Abhiram Thakur, he went to test him and he went and paid him his obeisances. And Raghunandan, he never felt like any fear there. When Abhiram Thakur came there, Raghunandan, he started dancing with him. And when they started dancing, then there was this place called Bododanga. There, one of the anklets of Raghunandan Thakur, it fell off from his feet and flew several kilometers away to a place called Akai Hat, where it created this Nupur Kund. So Raghunandan and Abhiram Thakur were dancing so much. And one of the anklets fell all the way, like many kilometers away, and created a beautiful kunda. It is said Abhiram Thakur once even went off for pranams to Gopal Guru, because he heard, oh, Gopal Guru is such a wonderful boy, that Mahaprabhu himself has told everyone to address him as Guru. So when Abhiram Thakur went to offer obeisances to Gopal, then Gopal was very intelligent. He went and sat on Mahaprabhu's lap. He immediately went and sat on Mahaprabhu's lap. And then Abhiram Thakur, as he was about to offer pranams, then Mahaprabhu said, "Hey Abhiram, what are you doing here?" So then Abhiram Thakur, he saw Gopal sitting on Mahaprabhu's lap. So then we'll just finish this quickly, running out of time. So similarly, several deities all over Bengal had burst into pieces, not being able to tolerate the obeisances of Sri Abhiram Thakur. Again, the glories of several deities are further enhanced when they did not crack. So those deities which are not bona fide, they cracked. They burst open. But those deities which are being served very sincerely, which are installed by devotees, and even when Abhiram Thakur would offer obeisances, nothing would happen to them. So some of these revered deities who remained intact are Madan Gopal of Vishnupur, Sri Krishna Rai of Garbeta, etc. So all these deities, when Abhiram Thakur offered pranams, they didn't crack. Here at Kanukul, at the Shripad of Abhiram Thakur, the deity of Gopinath is worshipped. Gopinath once appeared in Abhiram Thakur's dreams and informed him of the place where he was buried inside the ground. On his orders, Abhiram Thakur immediately started digging that place and recovered Gopinath. So Gopinath was buried underneath the ground. Thereafter, Malini Devi, Abhiram Thakur and their followers, they installed Gopinath at Kanukul Krishnagar. To this day, Gopinath is giving darshan to everyone. On the right of Gopinath is a beautiful deity of Lord Nityananda, and on his left is the deity of Abhiram Thakur. Abhiram Thakur, he merged into the deity there actually, it is said. The place from which Abhiram Thakur had once excavated Gopinath has turned into Kunda, and that place is called Ram Kunda, means Abhiram Kunda. The sacred pond has been named after Abhiram Thakur and is situated outside the temple. There is another deity of Malini Devi who is also worshipped in this temple. However, this deity of Malini Devi does not give her darshan to everyone, and she is kept hidden from public view. If someone humbly requests the temple priest, he might mercifully allow the person to take her darshan. So there is a deity of Malini Devi, but she doesn't give darshan to everyone. No, she is very chaste. She's thinking, how can I give darshan when my husband is not around? So then, if you ask for permission, then you can have darshan. And you ask the same book. So once Gaur Hari, Nityananda Prabhu and their associates, they had arrived at Kanukul Krishnagar in order to take darshan of Gopinath and attend the grand feast that Abhiram Thakur had arranged. After offering bhoga to Gopinath, the prasadam was served to the guests by Malini Devi herself. While she was serving the prasad, the wind blew away the covering of her head. So then, what happened? So it is said here that. So here it is said that when she was serving prasad to many people there, then a huge gust of wind, it blew away the cloth covering her head. Because normally in Vedic culture, a lady, she always covers her head. Especially that time, like the ladies had to face many atrocities. So then she used to cover her head. So one day when she was serving prasad, then there was like wind, this wind blew away her wheel. And that time what happened? Two hands manifested from behind, and then she put her veil back again. So she was serving with two hands, and then two hands again manifested and covered her veil. Just like Jhanava Devi, Jhanava Devi, once she was drawing water from the well, and then what happened? She manifested her forearms. So similarly here also Malini Devi, when her veil got blown away by the wind, then two arms manifested and again covered her well. Seeing the four-handed form of Malini Devi, all present were convinced of her divine personality and paid her their due obeisances. The captivating deity of Malini Devi is worshipped here in this temple, and it depicts her in this four-armed form. So this is the deity of Malini Devi here. So you see here, she has four arms. She doesn't have two arms, she has four arms. To commemorate this leela, this pastime, this deity here has four arms. So the captivating deity of Malini Devi here, she is depicted in her four-handed form. So a huge festival is celebrated every year at Kanukul Krishnagar in the month of March, April. On Krishna Saptami Tithi. Why? In order to commemorate this grand feast that had taken place 500 years before. This grand feast was served under the shade of a bakul tree that stands tall at the temple entrance even today. This tree is known as Siddha Bakul, and it's a witness to all of Abhiram Thakur's pastimes. Abhiram Thakur used to play a flute that was made out of a tree's trunk. The flute was so heavy that it was not possible for even 16 men to lift it together. But Abhiram Thakur used to play on this flute out of his ecstasy. One tiny portion of this flute was once planted upon the ground by Abhiram. And this led to the birth of Siddha Bakul. So he used to play on a flute that 16 people could not carry. This trunk. And then he took one small piece of that trunk and he planted it in the ground. And a beautiful Siddha Bakul tree grew. And this Siddha Bakul tree is present even now. So one particular characteristic of this glorious tree is that throughout the year it produces only flowers. So normally a Siddha Bakul tree is like hollow. It doesn't give anything. But here it gives flowers also. At no time of the year does it produce any fruit. Seeing this tree, we were reminded of other Siddha Bakul trees that are present in Bengal. For example, the Samadhi of Vasudev Ghosh at Tamluk, there is also a Siddha Bakul tree there. Also at Ekachakra, the birthplace of Lord Nityananda, there is Siddha Bakul tree. And then there's Siddha Bakul, which is very famous in another place. Where? Which is the other place? Jagannath Puri, Haridas Thakur's place. Where Mahaprabhu himself took the toothpick that Jagannath was using and he planted it in the ground and used Siddha Bakul tree. So here also there is a Siddha Bakul tree. This is that tree. See here you can see the Siddha Bakul tree that Abhiram Thakur planted from the flute that he was playing on. So just across the road flows a small river. So this is the river that once was cursed by Abhiram Thakur. So this river was very huge. So then Abhiram Thakur, he cursed this river. Why did he curse it? Because once Abhiram Thakur was bathing and the river took his kaupin away. So he put his kaupin on the shore of the river, and then when he was bathing, the river came and took his kaupin away. So Abhiram Thakur, then he cursed this river. And I cursed you, now you will become very small. Why did you take my kaupin away? No. So this way the river is said to have slowly dried up since then and is popularly known as this Kana Nadi. So then Abhiram Thakur, he had a horse renowned as Jai Mangal. If someone was struck with that whip thrice, that person would immediately be overwhelmed with Krishna Prem. On the orders of Jhanava Devi, Srinivasa Acharya, he visited this place of Abhiram Thakur. After testing whether Srinivas was an appropriate candidate, Abhiram Thakur struck him thrice with his Jai Mangal whip. As soon as he struck him thrice, Srinivasa Acharya became absorbed in this ocean of Krishna's Prem. So in this way we see the shelter of Abhiram Thakur and Malini Devi and their blessed abode, Sri Kanukul Krishnanagar. So here you can have the darshan of the beautiful deities of Gopinath, Nityananda, Abhiram Thakur and Malini Devi. And you can also have darshan of the Siddha Bakul and Ramkunda. And also this river that Abhiram Thakur used to bathe in. So this is the river. You see, it's become so small now. See, it's like a small stream. See, like a small stream it's become now. Abhiram Thakur, he cursed this river in this way. So then we'll stop here and begin tomorrow. So Shri Abhiram Thakur ki jai, Malini Devi ki jai, Kashishwar Pandit ki jai, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai, Saw Parikar Vrinda Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Gaur Mandal Dham ki jai, Gaur Mandal Dham ki jai, Dhai Lakshmi ki jai, Dhai Gaur Vrinda ki jai, Puncha Kalpata Vishya Vasa Sri Jai.